Alright, let's begin to add some details to the wood. And again, I'm looking at this reference here. And I can also look at some of these other ones. So I'll just move this to the side. I'm going to select the wood rough, and actually I'm going to select this layer. I'm going to create a new fill layer. And it looks like it created the fill layer above this folder, so I want to grab this fill layer and drag it in. And I'm going to name this grime, because there's grime and stuff in the indentations, and we're going to try and capture that first. So I'll drag this above the wood rough layer, but still inside of the hwood folder with the grime layer selected. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to change the color. And I don't want to choose black because the grime is not actually black. It has some red in it. It's very subtle. So something like this. The grime is pretty rough. It's not really shiny, so I'm going to increase the roughness quite a bit. Let's adjust this color some more. It's a little too red. Just a touch. And I'm going to come up here to normal and turn normal off by clicking on this NRM button. Height, let's play with adding a little bit of height to this just to see how it goes. Then I'm going to come over here to smart masks, and this dust occlusion, I'm going to click and drag it onto grime, and then with the mask selected, I'm going to click on dirt. And then I can play with all the attributes of this generator. So first thing I'm going to do is increase the dirt level quite a bit. I'm just looking for how much it's adding to these indentations. And I think this is actually a pretty good starting point, 0.75. And let's play with contrast a bit. Turn contrast down to 0.2. We do want to use triplanar. And let's look at our model just to see what sort of seams we're getting. It looks like it's blending pretty well right now. That's good. That's good. Okay. So this is looking pretty good. A couple things to know. If we look at our reference, let's go back. If we look at our reference, you can see that we have some dirt in here. So let's go ahead and capture that. So we can use this same layer to do that. And I'm going to right click on the grime mask, this little box, right click, go to add paint. Then with paint selected, you can see I could paint on the mask to uncover it. I'm going to go to brushes, and this is all alphabetical, so I'm going to choose dirt 2. And over here I'm going to change tangent wrap to UV, and then I'll use the bracket keys on my keyboard to scale this brush down, and I'll start painting up here. Maybe scale the brush up a little bit. All right, that's good for now. If we look at our reference, we can see that, you know, this grime, it's pretty dirty down here, but it gets kind of clean up here. So let's go ahead and capture that. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom and I turn this, I'm still in the paint. All right, so with the paint selected and the dirt 2 brush selected, I'm going to change this grayscale from 1 to 0. So now I'll be painting black, which means I'll be covering the mask up again, meaning that I can kind of paint away some of this dirt. Let's go up here and pull the flow down so we don't have such a strong contrast and we get more of a blend as we're painting. something like that, and I can rotate around. I can also do it in here. Remember, you can hold shift, right click, and drag to adjust the lighting in the scene so that you can better see. So I want to try and make things look a little natural. Closer to the reference. And let's look at that reference again. So it's not as clean, but kind of clean in the middle here and then up top. So let's hit those parts. I'm going to decrease the size of my brush. And also, there's kind of a straight line here. It's a little too procedural looking, so I'm going to break up a little bit. Leave some areas a little patchy. Alright, let's go ahead, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get right underneath here as well. Break that up some. So again, we're just painting on the mask, which is pretty powerful. Now I'm just going to go through and break up edges that look clearly brushed and less perfect. Let's take a look at our reference again. Go ahead and kind of hit this middle a little bit. Okay, this is a good first pass on the handle, and we will come back to the handle again later to continue to add more details, but we're getting it closer. In the next video, we'll worry about the rest of the handle, this bronze and this metal piece, and I'll see you there.